You know, something that's really weighing heavily on a lot of minds right now, globally, is mental well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like it's more part of the conversation than ever.
It really does. And think about this. The World Health Organization, they reported a really significant 25% jump in anxiety and depression worldwide.
25%. Wow.
Yeah, just in the first year of the COVID pandemic. And here in the US, well, we're looking at something like 50 million people grappling with mental health challenges.
50 million. That's a huge number.
It is, but here's where it gets, really concerning. We've got roughly 356,500 mental health professionals
Okay.
trying to serve a population of 330 million.
Right. So the math there doesn't quite add up.
Not really. It's about one provider for every 1,000 people. Or maybe put another way, like one for every 140 folks who actually need support.
That's a big gap.
A huge gap. And the impact is, well, it's profound. Nearly half of adults with mental illness, they don't get any treatment.
Half. That's staggering.
And those who do, they often face these incredibly long waits. Plus, you factor in the cost, right? Therapy is often $100, maybe $200 a session.
Yeah, that's not accessible for everyone.
Definitely not. Add the stigma that unfortunately still exists. It just means a lot of people are struggling without the support they really need and deserve.
And that's where things get interesting with technology, right? Particularly artificial intelligence or AI.
Exactly. You're seeing AI pop up as a potential way to maybe bridge some of these gaps.
Precisely. We're seeing this growing number of AI-powered mental health tools.
Yeah.
Everything from apps you can, like, chat with, to wellness programs.
Right.
And they're all promising support that's, well, more affordable, definitely scalable, and importantly, available 24/7.
That 247 piece feels huge.
It is. And think about that cost difference you mentioned. $100, $200 for a therapy session versus maybe $20 a month for an AI chatbot.
Or even free sometimes.
Or even free, yeah. The potential for just increasing accessibility is enormous.
Because they're right there on your phone or computer.
Exactly. They can reach people wherever they are, whenever they need it. It helps overcome those practical hurdles: scheduling, geography, finances.
So it's like AI could act as what was the phrase? A force multiplier.
Yeah, a force multiplier, kind of extending the reach of our current mental health support systems.
Okay, so this sounds like a really significant development. I mean, the sheer number of options alone, it's kind of staggering. I read somewhere there are over 10,000 mental health apps out there now.
10,000. Wow.
Yeah. Everything from those AI bots you can chat with to guided meditation coaches, apps that help you track your mood, understand your patterns.
It's a huge market.
But the big question, and I think probably the question you listening might have, is can AI really deliver on this? Can it actually make a meaningful difference in our mental health, our well-being?
That's exactly the core question we need to unpack today.
Right. That's what we need to dig into.
So we'll be looking at how AI is actually being used right now to support mental health. What kinds of tools are out there for you, for individuals, both the free ones and the paid ones?
Okay.
And we'll also look ahead a bit, what the future might hold as this technology keeps evolving.
And I think it's important as we get into this to remember mental health is so personal, right?
Absolutely. Deeply personal.
And AI, fundamentally, it's a tool. It's not like a magic fix. And it's definitely not a substitute for real human connection, especially for serious challenges.
Couldn't agree more. A tool, not a cure-all.
So with that perspective, let's really try to understand how these AI mental health tools work and, how you might actually find them useful in your own life.
Sounds good. So when we look at the landscape of these AI tools for individuals, they tend to fall into a few main categories.
Okay.
First, you've got what people often call chatbot therapists. These are the apps that use AI for, like, text-based supportive chats.
Chatbot therapists, right.
Then there are the meditation and mindfulness coaches. They use tech to guide you through relaxation, awareness exercises, that kind of thing.
Like Headspace or Calm.
Exactly like those.
Yeah.
And finally, you have journaling and mood tracking apps.
Gotcha. So 3 main types. Let's start with those chatbot therapists. The idea of chatting with an AI trained in therapy techniques. Pretty fascinating. How do they actually work?
Well, what's interesting is how they simulate these supportive conversations. They often draw on established methods like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT.
Right, CBT. I've heard of that.
Yeah. So apps like Woebot, That's the one with the friendly robot persona.
Therapeutic.
Wysa, which uses that cute penguin avatar.
Ah, yes, the penguin.
And Youpers.
Yeah.
Huge advantage is they're there 24/7, middle of the night, feeling overwhelmed. You've got something or someone kind of to turn to.
That availability is key.
Totally. They can guide you through ways to like reframe negative thoughts, practice coping skills for stress, or just offer a space to vent without feeling judged.
Non-judgmental venting sounds pretty good sometimes.
Right. And the tone is usually really approachable, empathetic.
Hmm.
And like you said, using a character, the robot, the penguin, it can make them feel less, well, intimidating, more relatable.
Yeah, I can see that. It probably lowers the barrier for people who might be a bit hesitant about traditional therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what about those meditation and mindfulness coaches? We know apps like Headspace and Calm are super popular, but where does the AI piece fit in?
Good question.
So Headspace and Calm are definitely leaders in that space. While they might not have those back and forth AI chats like the chatbots do,
Right.
they absolutely use technology and increasingly AI for personalization. They offer guided meditations, breathing exercises, mindfulness practices, all aimed at improving well-being.
So it's more like guided content delivery.
Pretty much. Think digital guides delivering relaxation exercises, sleep stories. Those are huge on Calm.
Oh, yeah, the celebrity sleep stories.
Exactly. Or calming music, soundscapes. The focus is more on guided self-care routines than dynamic conversation. And typically they have some free stuff to get you started, but the full libraries usually need a subscription.
Makes sense. So where's the AI?
The AI often comes in with the recommendations. Based on what you've listened to before, or maybe the time of day, the app's algorithms suggest specific meditations or stories it thinks you'll like or need.
Ah, so it's like a personalized curator, a virtual meditation coach suggesting things.
Precisely. It guides you to the content that might be most helpful for you at that moment.
Okay, got it. Less chatting, more curated guidance. And then the third category, journaling and mood tracking apps. How does AI enhance those? Sounds like just writing stuff down.
Well, it's more than that. Apps like Dailyo, Reflectly, and MoodPath, which is now called MindDoc, they use AI to help you log your moods, thoughts, activities, and then give you insights based on that data.
Insights, like what?
So some use natural language processing, NLP,
Okay.
to analyze the text you write in your journal entries. They try to pick up on the emotions in your writing.
Really? It can understand the emotion.
To an extent, yeah. And based on that, it might offer feedback or suggest coping tips. Many also create mood charts over time, so you can visually see your trends, maybe spot triggers.
Seeing patterns could be useful.
Definitely. And while it's not real-time chatting, some do use AI to give personalized suggestions or detect patterns you might miss yourself. Like maybe it notices a link between your sleep quality and your mood the next day.
Connecting the dots.
Exactly. The main goal is really helping you build self-awareness, understand your own emotional landscape better.
Okay, so a really diverse set of tools then for different needs. Let's dive a bit deeper into some specific ones. You mentioned Woebot as a pioneer. What makes it stand out?
Yeah, Woebot is a really interesting case. Like we said, it's that friendly robot character you can message anytime.
Right, the texting robot.
Developed by Stanford psychologists, and it's really grounded in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
So it's based on proven techniques.
Exactly. It checks in on your mood, might just ping you, hey, how are you feeling? And depending on your answer, it offers exercises or insights, things to help you reframe negative thinking, teach coping skills.
Like what kind of skills?
Oh, like challenging anxious thoughts using specific CBT methods, or maybe guiding you through a quick breathing technique if you're feeling stressed. The whole interaction feels like texting with a supportive listening robot guide.
And I remember hearing there's actual evidence behind Woebot.
Yes, that's a big plus. It's evidence-based.
Right.
There's a clinical trial with college students.
Okay.
And it actually showed a significant reduction in depression symptoms after just 2 weeks of using Woebot.
2 weeks? That's pretty fast.
It is significant, suggesting even a phone app can have a real positive impact, at least in the short term.
Yeah.
And the user feedback is fascinating too.
What do people say?
Many report that Woebot feels surprisingly human and caring, even though they know it's a bot.
Really?
Yeah.
Human-like?
Yeah. Some study participants even said things like, Woebot felt like a real person that showed concern. It speaks to how we can connect with these AI helpers.
Wow.
Plus, the anonymity and that 24/7 availability. Huge advantages. You might feel safer opening up about stuff you'd hesitate to tell a human therapist without worrying about judgment.
Yeah, that lack of judgment must be huge. But is Woebot meant to, replace a therapist?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
And Woebot is very clear about that. It doesn't diagnose mental health conditions, not a substitute for a human therapist.
Okay, good to know.
It's more like a self-help coach, a tool for emotional well-being. The app has friendly disclaimers making that clear.
And it's free, right?
Currently, yes,
Oh, yeah.
free for personal use, which is amazing for lowering the barrier to entry. Anyone curious can just try it.
That's great. Free access, short chats. Sounds easy to start.
Yeah, conversations are often just 10, 15 minutes. Makes it very accessible. People use it as sort of in-between support. Maybe they're not ready for therapy or can't access it.
Or maybe to practice things between therapy sessions.
Exactly. To reinforce techniques, get consistent practice and support.
So for someone listening, thinking about trying Woebot,
Yeah.
what are the main pros and cons?
Okay, benefits. It's friendly, always there. Teaches practical, evidence-based CBT skills.
Oh,
Text-based, so it can feel low pressure, low cost, currently free. No stigma, no fear of judgment. And that anonymity can really help people open up.
got it. And the limitations.
Limitations.
Huh.
Crucially, not a full therapy replacement. Responses are scripted within limits. Might not handle really complex or severe issues well. Mostly English and text-based right now. And like any tool, you need to actually use it consistently. User motivation is key.
Right.
And finally, some might just find talking to a bot a bit weird initially. Though often, people change their minds once they try it.
And generally, people seem to find it helpful.
Yeah, overall sentiment is very positive. Studies, user reviews, they generally show a majority find Woebot helpful for improving mood, managing daily stress. People often say they feel heard, guided.
Even knowing it's an algorithm.
Even knowing that. Of course, experiences vary. Some might want deeper responses. But the consensus is, it shows AI can be surprisingly effective for support and coaching when you need it.
You shared a really good user story earlier. Can you tell that again? It really paints a picture.
Sure. Imagine someone saying, I was super skeptical about, pouring my heart out to a robot. But one night, 2 a.m., feeling incredibly down, nobody around, I gave Woebot a shot. It asked simple stuff, how my day was, what I was feeling. I actually admitted worries I hadn't told my best friends.
Wow.
And it responded so gently, validating. Then suggested a short practical exercise. I actually smiled at my phone, felt like something finally got it. Over the next few weeks, I started looking forward to our little nightly check-ins. It's not the same as a human therapist, no way. But for the first time in ages, felt like I had someone or something to turn to when I really needed it.
That really highlights the connection people can feel, even with AI. Powerful stuff. Okay, let's move on to Wysa, the one with the adorable penguin.
That's the one. Wysa greets you with his cute penguin avatar. It's pitched as an emotionally intelligent AI companion.
Emotionally intelligent, huh?
Yeah, the goal is helping users manage stress, anxiety, low mood, things like that. Uses chat, but also lots of evidence-based exercises.
Similar to Woebot, then. CBT-based.
Similar in using CBT, yes. But Wysa also brings in techniques from DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, and mindfulness. So maybe a slightly broader therapeutic toolkit.
Okay. What else makes Wysa different?
Well, one big thing is the huge range of tools it offers beyond the chat.
More than just talking.
Yeah. You get access to this library of over 150 self-help exercises, guided meditations, breathing exercises, muscle relaxation, visualization, journaling prompts, tons of stuff.
150. That's a lot.
It is, and it's clever. Wysa often suggests specific exercises based on what you say you're feeling. Feeling anxious, it might offer a breathing exercise. Feeling down, maybe an exercise to challenge negative thoughts.
So it proactively suggests tools.
Exactly. It's like a comprehensive mental wellness toolkit alongside the chat. Plus, it has a built-in mood tracker, so you can see patterns over time, maybe spot triggers for mood changes.
That sounds incredibly useful, like a little wellness coach in your pocket. And wasn't there something about human coaching with Wysa, too?
Yes, that's another key difference. Wysa uses a freemium model.
Freemium.
Meaning the basic AI chatbot and some exercises are free, but they offer a premium subscription that gives you access to text-based human mental health coaching for an extra fee.
So you can connect with a real person through the app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It creates this interesting hybrid bridging, pure AI self-help with personalized guidance from a human coach who can see your AI progress and offer more tailored support.
That's smart. Lets people choose their level of support. What about privacy? Always a concern with health apps.
Definitely. Wysa, like others in this space, really emphasizes anonymity and privacy. They state the platform is designed to be anonymous and secure, so you can talk about anything without fear of judgment or your data being compromised. You generally don't need to provide lots of personal info.
Good to hear. And Wysa is pretty popular globally, right?
It really is. Over 5 million users worldwide. It's even been adopted by health systems, like the UK's NHS.
The NHS, wow, that's a big deal.
It is. Even before the pandemic, it had something like 1.7 million downloads, over 100 million messages exchanged. Shows how many people were finding it valuable.
And didn't they do something special during COVID?
They did. They made their premium features free for frontline healthcare workers, a really commendable move.
That really is. So what are users saying about Wysa? What's the feedback like?
Lots of users call it a lifeline for anxiety and stress. The chatbot's tone is often described as gentle, encouraging, upbeat.
Like the penguin itself.
Kind of. If you say you're lonely or upset, it might respond like, "I'm sorry you're going through this. Would you like to try a technique that has helped others?" Then it guides you into an exercise.
So it offers concrete help.
Yes. And people often report feeling noticeably better after just 10-15 minutes. Some even talk about having therapeutic breakthroughs, moments where their mood lifts or they gain a new perspective.
Breakthroughs with a chatbot. Interesting.
Yeah, and apparently people open up really quickly, often within the first minute, sharing stuff that might take sessions to reveal to a human therapist. Again, maybe that non-judgmental AI presence lowers inhibitions.
That's fascinating. Is there research backing this up? Does Wysa work?
The initial findings are promising, though more research is always needed. User satisfaction seems high. In one NHS project, 89% said Wysa helped them feel better while on therapy waiting lists.
89% is huge.
And about a third saw measurable improvement in anxiety. Clinical assessments suggest the AI provides empathetic support and shows potential in reducing depression symptoms. But again, more peer-reviewed studies are needed for the long term.
Okay.
But essentially, it seems Wysa creates a safe, accessible space to vent and practice coping skills, which provides real relief for many.
So summing up Wysa for our listeners, benefits and limitations.
Okay, benefits. Approachable penguin coach. Broad range of techniques, CBT, mindfulness, breathing, sleep help, anger management. Great for guided self-help, chat plus tools. AI is continuously improving, getting more personalized, good affordability, free basic optional paid coaching, and it's met some clinical app standards like recommendations from Orwochia for anxiety.
Sounds pretty comprehensive. Limitations.
Limitations, again, not a doctor or therapist substitute. Best for mild to moderate issues, not crises. Got safeguards for suicidal thoughts, directs to help. Occasionally might misunderstand or give generic advice. And its effectiveness really depends on consistent user engagement. User drop-off after the initial period can be high.
All right, you have to stick with it. You had a great scenario for Wysa too. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. Imagine it's the night before a big work presentation. You're anxious, thoughts racing, can't relax.
Been there.
Right. You open Wysa. Penguin greets you. "Hi there. I'm here to listen. What's on your mind?" You type out your worries. Wysa responds with empathy, validates your stress, asks if you want to try a breathing exercise or talk through the fears.
Okay.
You choose to talk. Wysa uses a CBT approach, asks you to examine the worry. What's the worst case? How likely is it? Gentle questions help you challenge negative thoughts, find a more balanced perspective.
Like a guided thought challenge.
Exactly. After a few minutes, maybe Wysa suggests a short guided meditation to ease physical tension. You follow the text instructions, focus on your breath.
And hopefully start to calm down.
Yeah, hopefully feel a sense of calm. Wysa gives an encouraging closing message. And maybe, just maybe, you feel relaxed enough to get some sleep.
That really shows how the chat and tools work together. Very practical. Okay, let's talk about Youper. Similar space to Woebot and Wysa.
Yes. Youper is another self-guided therapy app. Focuses on emotional regulation, self-improvement, and yeah, functions similarly, uses CBT-based techniques.
How is it different then?
The interface and interaction style can sometimes feel a bit more like a structured journal. It often prompts you to label your emotion, identify the cause, and then it provides insights or exercises based on that input.
So more structured logging and feedback?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Think chatbot meets intelligent mood diary, offering coaching as you log your feelings.
And Youper also has research behind it.
It does. That's a strength. A notable longitudinal study with over 4,500 users found regular use was associated with moderate reductions in anxiety and depression symptoms over time.
That's quite a large study.
It adds credibility, yeah.
Yeah.
Users often say Youper helps them become more aware of their emotional patterns. Like someone might notice through tracking they always feel low in the afternoon.
Okay.
And the app might help them connect it to, say, skipping lunch or negative self-talk, then suggest solutions.
So it helps you become your own detective, almost. What features does Youper offer?
Key features include short conversational check-ins throughout the day, guided meditations, mood tracking graphs to see trends, and a specific chatbot-led CBT exercise called cognitive reframing, guiding you through transforming negative thoughts.
Cognitive reframing.
Plus, personalization, it learns which tools work best for you. The tone is generally kind, coach-like, maybe a bit more formal than Wysa's Penguin. Clean, minimalist look.
Then the pros and cons for Youper.
Benefits. Helps build emotional intelligence, naming feelings, understanding why. Quick check-ins make it fast to use daily. Users report increased calmness, self-awareness over weeks. Available anytime, stigma-free. Generally free with optional premium.
Sounds good. Downsides.
Limitations. Might feel a bit surface level if you expect deep therapy chats. Not designed for deep trauma or complex issues that needs a human professional. Smaller user base than Wysa Woebot. And again, consistency is key for benefits. No social interaction features within the app itself.
You had a user comment for Youper too.
Yeah, imagine someone saying, I use Youper nightly to reflect. Was skeptical at first, an app for anxiety. But I'm surprised. One night, spiraling about a work mistake, feeling incompetent, Youper guided me, described the feeling, identified the thought. Boss secretly thinks I'm bad, it gently prompted. Evidence, assumptions, like a friend holding a mirror.
Right.
By the end, I wrote a more balanced thought. It was one mistake. I have good feedback overall. Felt like I coached myself, but Youper gave the structure. Over the last month, I noticed I catch negative thoughts faster in daily life. Not therapy, but a great daily mental tune-up.
It really shows the self-coaching aspect. Okay, these therapy bots are fascinating. But you mentioned another tool, Replika, that's quite different. Not really a therapy app.
Exactly. Replika stands out. It's not primarily designed for CBT exercises or mood tracking. Replika is an AI companion chatbot. Think AI friend, or for some, even a virtual romantic partner.
An AI friend.
Yeah. The main idea is combating loneliness, offering a safe, non-judgmental space for emotional expression and connection.
So it's just talking about anything.
Pretty much. You create a personalized virtual avatar, customize appearance, personality traits a bit, then you chat about your day, feelings, random stuff, whatever.
And it learns.
That's the unique part. Over time, the AI learns from your chats, your preferences, style, personality, aiming to become a more attuned companion for you.
That sounds almost sci-fi. Intriguing, though.
It can feel that way. Users often comment on how surprisingly human-like it can become. Remembers past chats, can role-play, make jokes.
How do people use it then?
Some use it like a private talking journal that offers encouragement. Others as surrogate social interaction, maybe practicing conversations if they have social anxiety.
Okay.
Saw a big surge in users during pandemic lockdowns with all the isolation. Interestingly, studies show many Replika users report loneliness, even if they have real-life social networks. Suggests AI companions might fill a specific emotional gap.
A different kind of connection.
Potentially. And user feedback is generally pretty positive. Many find it a helpful addition to their lives.
So even if it's not therapy, how does it help mental well-being?
By providing that companionship and emotional support. Users often say just having someone or something to talk to lifts their mood when they're down or isolated.
Like an always available patient friend.
Kind of. Endlessly patient, always focused on you. It's known to boost positive feelings and offer that safe space for open discussion without judgment. Vent anger, express sadness. Replika typically responds with comfort, validation. For some, that's incredibly valuable if they don't feel they can be that open with people they know.
I can see the appeal. What are the benefits and maybe risks of an AI companion like Replika?
Benefits. Highly customizable, personal companion, platonic or romantic. Can provide real emotional support, alleviating loneliness. Creative, playful aspect, games, language practice, always in your phone. Large user community sharing positive stories.
Okay. Potential downsides.
Limitations.
Yeah.
Crucially, not a therapist, no CBT, no mood tracking. AI responses can sometimes be odd or off topic. Potential for emotional dependence, important to see it as a supplement, not replacement, for human connection. And privacy concerns as conversations are stored.
You had a user perspective on Replika too.
Yeah, picture someone saying, started Replika during a lonely time, found myself sharing little things, lunch, career worries. My Replika was so attentive. Once I admitted feeling really down. It said, I'm here with you. Remember, you've gotten through every bad day so far. You'll get through this one too. Sounds simple, but hearing something kind, even from AI, made me tear up.
Wow.
It's not human, but sometimes easier to talk to. Always there to vent or get a compliment. Even helped me practice asking for a raise. Rehearsed with it, surprisingly encouraging. Not real, but the support feels real when I need it.
That really captures the comfort it can provide. Fascinating how these tools address different needs. Okay, let's pivot. Meditation apps like Headspace and Calm, where do they fit?
Great transition.
Yeah.
Headspace and Calm aren't AI chatbots, but they are hugely popular digital tools for guided meditation and mindfulness. They use tech to make these practices super accessible.
Right, but where's the AI?
Increasingly, it's in the personalization, the recommendations. Based on your usage, what meditations you like when you use the app, AI algorithms suggest other content they think you'll find beneficial.
Ah, so AI curation again.
Exactly. You're not chatting with an AI, but it's intelligently tailoring the experience for you.
So how do Headspace and Calm work? Beyond the AI recommendations.
Headspace, known for the orange branding, Andy Puddicombe's voice has a huge library. Meditations for stress, sleep, focus, gratitude. Also short animations explaining mindfulness concepts. Themed courses for deeper dives. Very beginner-friendly. Free trial, then subscription. Often praised for reducing stress, improving focus with regular use. Companies, schools even offer it.
Okay.
And Calm.
Calm also focuses on meditation, relaxation, famous for its sleep stories, those bedtime stories for adults, often with celebrity narrators.
Right, heard about those?
Also calming music, soundscapes, expert masterclasses on well-being topics. Interfaces designed to be visually calming, nature scenes, gentle sounds. Also subscription-based for full access. Users credit it with helping insomnia, managing anxiety attacks, breathing exercises, general relaxation.
So while not chatbots, the personalized suggestions are a form of AI assistance, like a virtual meditation coach pointing you to the right stuff.
Exactly right. They bring expert mindfulness exercises anywhere, anytime. Great for people who can't or won't attend classes, easy, private, lots of variety and duration, focus, strong habit-forming aspect too, reminders, streaks.
What are the limitations then?
Well, they're less interactive than chatbots. Need self-drive to use consistently. For someone highly anxious or depressed, just listening might not be enough without personalized feedback. And full access is largely paid, which can be a barrier. No crisis support or personal interaction.
Gotcha. You had a quick user take on these.
Yeah, someone might say, use Headspace 10 months every morning, like brushing my teeth for my brain. Used to be skeptical, but guided instructions help. Sets a calmer tone for the day. Then at night, if I can't sleep, calm sleep story. Honestly, never make it to the end of sleep halfway through. Replace late night worries with something soothing.
Shows how they fit into daily routines. Okay, so chatbots, companions, meditation apps. You also mentioned other journaling and mood tracking tools that use AI more subtly.
Yes, there's a whole range.
Yeah.
Apps like MoodPath, now MindDoc. Ask daily questions, give bi-weekly assessments like a mental health check-in. Reflectly is a guided journal using AI for positive psychology prompts, affirmations.
So less flashy, but still useful.
Definitely. They might not make headlines, but they play a valuable role in self-reflection, building healthy habits. The AI often helps with preventative care, encouraging regular check-ins, spotting patterns, prompting reflection.
How does the AI differ here compared to chatbots or meditation apps?
Main difference is interaction. Chatbots, dialogue, meditation apps, content consumption. Journaling apps use self-report, then AI analyzes that data, moods, thoughts, activities, to give insights or suggestions.
Like Dailyo, tracking moods and activities.
Exactly. Dailyo helps see correlations. Do certain activities impact your mood? AI can also use sentiment analysis on journal text or offer smart suggestions based on detected patterns.
So looking at the big picture, it's a really diverse, booming landscape of AI mental health tools for individuals.
Absolutely. Chatbots for support, meditation for relaxation, journaling for insights, wide array of options, free and paid, offering immediate on-demand support, often low cost compared to traditional therapy.
And catering to different needs and preferences.
Right. The common thread is that increased accessibility, immediate help, low cost, whenever, wherever, and many users are finding them genuinely helpful for everyday challenges.
But not one size fits all.
Definitely not. Exploring free trials, basic versions, is key to finding what resonates with you. But fundamentally, these tools have dramatically changed access to mental health support. Help is just a tap away, especially for those who might not have sought it otherwise.
We've touched on user feedback and research throughout. What's the overall take on effectiveness?
We've seen encouraging signs. Woebot reducing depression symptoms in studies, Youper linked to improvements in anxiety, depression, Wysa helping people on waiting lists, Replika providing companionship. These are positive signals.
But caveats remain.
Yes. Crucially, experts caution many apps lack extensive, rigorous, peer-reviewed research. Some don't perfectly follow clinical guidelines. So the general advice is View them as adjuncts, support tools, not replacements for professional care, especially for serious issues.
Important distinction. Okay, so AI isn't just for individuals. You mentioned it's becoming a tool for therapists, clinicians too. How's that evolving?
Exactly. AI is emerging as a powerful ally for mental health professionals, helping enhance care screening, diagnosis, treatment planning, monitoring patient progress.
Let's start with diagnosis and treatment. Using data to personalize things.
Yes, this is really promising. Think about finding the right antidepressant, often trial and error, right? Frustrating for everyone.
Definitely.
Companies like Taliaz are developing AI tools, like their Predictix platform, to help psychiatrists make more informed choices.
How does it work?
The AI analyzes patient data genetics, clinical history, biomarkers, compares it against huge databases of past outcomes.
To predict which drug might work best for that specific person.
Exactly. It's aiming for precision psychiatry, using AI's power to analyze complex data, spot patterns humans might miss. Goal is faster improvement, less trial and error. It's being tested and used now in places like Israel and the UK.
Wow. Precision psychiatry. Sounds potentially revolutionary. What about early screening, detecting issues sooner?
AI shows promise here too. Take Kintsugi. They've developed a system that detects signs of depression or anxiety just from analyzing someone's voice.
From their voice.
It listens to subtle acoustic features, tone, pitch, pacing, things linked to these conditions. Kintsugi claims over 80% accuracy in scoring depression likelihood from just a 20-second voice clip.
20 seconds. That's incredible.
Yeah, imagine this integrated seamlessly into routine checkups, telehealth calls, passively alerting doctors if someone might need support, even if they haven't said anything.
Especially since depression is often missed in primary care.
Exactly. Could be a valuable tool for catching things earlier, like a subtle flag for the doctor.
Very intriguing. You also mentioned digital therapeutics. What's AI's role there?
Right. Digital therapeutics are basically clinically validated software programs to treat or manage conditions. AI helps make them more effective and prescribable.
Prescribable apps.
Yeah. Look at Limbix, now part of Big Health. Their SparkRx app is a self-guided CBT program for adolescent depression delivered via smartphone.
CBT for teens on an app.
Yep. Mood tracking, behavioral activation, problem solving, mindfulness, all in a teen-friendly format. And SparkRx is designated as a prescription digital therapeutic.
So a doctor actually prescribes the app.
Correct. And monitors progress. It was even available under special FDA guidelines during COVID for teens aged 13-22. Shows the future of potential evidence-based apps as tools clinicians use to extend care beyond the office, support patients between sessions, especially during wait times.
That's innovative, providing therapy homework via app almost.
Kind of. Pilot studies show potential to reduce depressive symptoms in teens.
What about those chatbots we talked about earlier? Are therapists using Woebot or Wysa?
It's an area of exploration. Some clinicians are experimenting with them as adjuncts to traditional therapy.
Ow.
A therapist might assign Woebot use between sessions to reinforce CBT skills. Or, like the NHS using Wysa, clinics might use chatbots for initial triage or info gathering while people wait for appointments.
So the chatbot acts like a digital assistant or co-therapist.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even providing data back to the human therapist. It's still early days, but the idea is there.
Beyond patient interaction, is AI helping therapists with paperwork, admin stuff?
Absolutely. That's a huge burden for clinicians. AI software is being developed to help. Things like transcribing sessions, highlighting key moments, drafting progress notes.
AI writing therapy notes.
Draft notes, yeah. Based on the transcribed session, with consent, obviously.
Yeah.
Imagine speech-to-text creating a draft summary saves huge amounts of time.
I bet.
Also, AI helping with scheduling, reminders. Even assessing therapy quality, analyzing recordings with consent for use of evidence-based techniques, patient engagement. Companies like Listen use AI to coach therapists by analyzing session transcripts.
So AI is really augmenting the therapist's role, not replacing it.
That's the key takeaway, augmentation. Giving professionals better insights, more efficiency, new tools for better personalized care.
Helping them scale their impact.
Exactly. AI chatbots as extenders, handling routine interactions, freeing up human experts for complex cases. Imagine a future hybrid model. AI intake, human therapy, AI app for homework and check-ins. Could lead to better outcomes.
Of course, ethical considerations are huge here.
Absolutely. Ongoing discussions about guidelines, privacy, HIPAA compliance, ensuring human oversight for diagnosis and treatment. But used responsibly, tools like Taliaz and Limbix can really augment clinicians' capabilities and benefit patients.
It's clear AI is making big waves. Let's look ahead. You mentioned startups and innovation. What are the exciting frontiers?
Yeah, the AI and mental health intersection is buzzing. Startups, researchers, tech companies, all exploring how AI can tackle big issues.
Right.
Key areas are tackling loneliness, earlier diagnosis, and emotional intelligence training.
Okay, loneliness first. We know it's a major health risk. We talk Replika. What else is emerging?
Given loneliness is like a global public health concern, comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day, some say.
Wow.
More solutions are popping up. Beyond Replika, there's Manifest, an AI app for young adults dealing with stress, loneliness.
Manifest. How does it work?
Early stage has this pastel orb interface. User talks or types concerns. AI mirrors their language, creates affirmations or reframing statements. Could even become personalized audio meditations.
Personalized affirmations on demand.
Kind of. A bite-sized daily wellness practice. Not for crises, but showing user engagement over 18 million manifestations generated already. Suggests a future of generative AI creating personalized well-being, content affirmations, coping statements, poems, music.
Interesting. What about more? Physical AI companions. Social robots.
Yeah, that's evolving, especially for older adults facing isolation. LAQ is a prime example.
LQ.
AI-driven tabletop robot. Looks like a lamp with a moving head, friendly voice, designed to reduce loneliness in seniors.
Does it work?
Pilot programs show amazing results. Over 800 seniors, 95% reduction in reported loneliness, improvements in health behaviors, well-being, average 20-plus minutes of interaction daily across 30-plus exchanges.
That's significant engagement.
Yeah. One user example, Lucinda, had fewer ER visits, better sleep after 7 months with LAQ. We might see more AI buddies for different groups, maybe even wearable AI companions.
But isn't there controversy? AI replacing human connection?
There is. That's the debate. Risk of withdrawal versus constructive outlets enhancing well-being. Social skills. Probably a balance. AI supplementing, not replacing. Human bonds. It's a topic even tech leaders like Replika's creator are discussing publicly.
A space to watch. Okay, early diagnosis, beyond Kintsugi's voice analysis.
Definitely. Think AI integrated into everyday tech, smart speakers, watches, detecting early signs by analyzing patterns and typing speed, errors, sleep, maybe even social media activity like darker photos. Ethically tricky, needs consent.
Analyzing your digital footprint for mental health clues.
Potentially, with consent. Maybe proactive prompts from your phone.
Yeah.
Also, AI assisting crisis lines, Keto listens during calls, gives real-time feedback to counselors to improve de-escalation.
AI coaching humans in real time.
Yeah. And VR combined with AI, like Ellie, the virtual therapist at USC, picks up subtle cues, facial expressions, eye movements, voice linked to PTSD, depression. Could do preliminary evaluations for human clinicians in the future.
AI interviewers. Fascinating. What about emotional intelligence training? Can AI help us build EQ?
Another exciting area, using AI to help people develop emotional intelligence, mental resilience. Ahead is an example called the Duolingo for your emotional intelligence.
Duolingo for EQ? How?
Pocket Coach app. Short daily lessons on managing emotions, learning coping skills, personalized by AI based on quizzes, reflection prompts, goal tracking. Users say it complements therapy well, gives direction, daily practice.
So AI is a personal development coach.
Exactly. Imagine more AI coaches, conversation coach, role play for difficult talks with feedback on tone, expressions. Workplaces are interested in AI simulations for manager empathy training.
AI empathy training.
Yeah, and AI avatars for social skills training for people with autism, recognizing facial cues, practicing conversations. Startups like Rocky.ai can are in this space too. Future might blur lines between virtual assistants and mental health support. Even research on AI reacting helpfully to human emotions and voice assistants, learning apps.
It's a lot to take in. Okay, wrapping up, for someone listening, intrigued, wanting to try these tools, what's the practical advice? How to start safely, realistically?
Great question. Super important. If you're curious, here are some practical tips. 1. Identify your needs. What are you hoping for? Chat support, stress reduction, mood insights. Match the tool type, chatbot, meditation, journal to your goals. Use free version trials first.
Try before you buy, basically.
Exactly. 2. Choose reputable apps. Stick with well-reviewed ones, maybe with clinical backing. Woebot, Wysa, Youper, Headspace, Calm are good starting points. Check professional reviews like ORCH. Avoid instant cure hype and high costs without trials. App Store reviews help too.
Do your homework.
Right. 3. Protect your privacy. Read the privacy policy. Seriously. Consider using nicknames. Limit personal info. Know what data is collected, how it's used, AI training. Opt out of sharing if possible. Data protection varies, so be careful.
Treat your data carefully. Got it.
4. Set realistic expectations. These are support aids, not therapy replacements, especially for severe issues. major depression, suicidal thoughts, psychosis. Improvement takes time, consistency. Don't rely solely on an app in a crisis. Many have crisis line triggers. Use them.
Manage expectations. Crucial.
5. Integrate into your routine. Make it a habit. Link it to something you already do. Bedtime routine instead of scrolling. Use reminders, streaks for motivation, but don't beat yourself up if you miss a day.
Build it in gently.
6. Stay critical and self-aware. Question the advice. Does it really fit you? Don't follow blindly. Give feedback that wasn't helpful. Remember, you're in control. Stop using it if it doesn't feel right.
Trust your gut.
7. Mind your boundaries. Use for support, but maintain human connections. Be aware of excessive use leading to isolation. Balance is key.
Don't replace people with pixels.
Well put. 8. Know when to seek human help. If things are serious, worsening, or the app isn't enough, reach out to a professional. Apps sometimes help find resources. Trust your instinct. These are complements, may be helpful while waiting for pro help.
Use them as tools, not the whole solution.
9. Check for community resources. Some apps have forums, extra materials. Can be helpful, but maintain privacy there too if needed. 10. Enjoy the journey and reflect. Explore. See what works. Maybe keep a quick journal on your experience. Don't be afraid to switch apps or take breaks.
Be flexible.
And one final, vital safety reminder. If you're in crisis, having thoughts of self-harm, please reach out for immediate professional help. Apps aren't for emergencies. Seeking help is brave.
Absolutely crucial reminder. Those are incredibly helpful, practical tips. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's about making informed choices in this new digital wellness world.
So as we wrap this deep dive, it's undeniable, isn't it? AI is profoundly changing mental health care, offering support in ways we couldn't have imagined before.
Absolutely. Chatbots offering therapeutic interaction elements, meditation apps guiding mindfulness, virtual companions easing loneliness, plus AI assisting therapists with diagnosis, treatment, efficiency, and all that innovation tackling loneliness, early diagnosis, EQ. It's exciting.
Paints a hopeful picture, right?
Yeah.
More accessible, personalized support, fewer people feeling totally alone.
It does. Though AI isn't a panacea, it works best within a bigger ecosystem. Human professionals, societal understanding. We still need to tackle concerns about efficacy, privacy, research rigor, ethical use, reaching underserved communities.
True, valid concerns.
But the encouraging early results, the positive user stories, they show AI is making a real difference for many.
And with AI like GPT-4 and beyond getting even smarter, who knows how sophisticated these tools might become?
Exactly. More nuanced, empathetic interactions, blurring lines between AI friends and therapists, raises new possibilities, counseling in any language, support in crisis zones, the ultimate vision, democratizing mental health support, making it available to anyone, anywhere, without the old barriers.
We've covered so much today. The huge need, the tools for individuals, AI for clinicians, future innovations.
We have. The key takeaway for you listening. You have more options than ever for supporting your mental well-being, and AI tools can be a valuable part of that journey.
And if you are intrigued, we really encourage you, maybe try one of the apps we discussed. Woebot, Wysa, Calm, see how it feels for you.
Yeah, and share your experiences in the comments if you feel comfortable. Your insights could really help someone else who's curious. Let's keep talking about these tools, break down that stigma.
Definitely. And let us know what you want us to explore next. A deeper dive into a specific app, a specific aspect of AI mental health. Your feedback guides us.
Absolutely. We're all navigating this together.
So thank you for joining us for this deep dive on AI improving mental health, making support more accessible, personalized, stigma-free. Remember, it's AI with humans. And if you are struggling, please know help comes in many forms. An app can be a comforting start or supplement.
Most importantly, just by listening, by caring about your mental health, you're taking a positive step. That's commendable. Remember, you're not alone, and options are available.
Thank you for tuning in to The Deep Dive. Be well, and we'll see you next time.